Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you once again for joining me. I'm in the closing stages now of turning this Mercedes-Benz panel van into a badass adventure wagon. Now the version that I've chosen is the Altair. That comes with 3 cushions that create a full bed. Other options are available like the Neptune, which is just a back and a seat base, which creates half a bed. You then make use of your swiveling front seat for your feet, and that's where you get the full bed. But this is a 2-seater ISOFIX that creates a full bed, 1800 by 860 mil. It's the slimmest width they do. I wanted to keep as much room in the van as possible. Now, I'm not sure when this video is actually going to come to light because it is now January and I'm starting a job now and I'm not going to finish it for a good few weeks, let's say. So bit of a cold spell. It is cold at the moment. In a minute it might cut to me in shorts and t-shirt because this job is going to be prolonged over a long stretch of time. Today I'm going to show you how to fit a rib bed scopema, show you how I chose my fixing positions, and also I've had something pretty special made up to help me with the installation. So what I've done here, guys, once I lifted it in, I marked around its physical footprint, and then I've marked the holes that I need to drill. What I did, I used that anchor point there, because you can actually see that from the underside, and then drew a bit of a road map to make sure that I wasn't hitting on anything too crucial or too important. And a couple of times I was. There are 2 fixings along each brace, and there's 3 braces. You can't, or I can't, or I'm not going to get a fixing point across the middle, and that's where a bit of pro fabrication from Armoured Engineering come into it, and I'm going to show you something now that I've had made up. Yes, right, so what I've had done here is this literally represents the chassis member from underneath. So this will clamp up against the underside of the van, the cab floor itself, but on the underside. The chassis rail will sit in there nice and snug, and then it will continue along here. And then once again, a bolt will go down through. So let me stand back far enough if you can. There's going to be 2 very good, probably 12 mil bolts securing the bed and using the whole cab floor as a sandwich. Yeah, but then because this hugs around the chassis rail itself, honestly, if you think about it logistically, if the bed is clamped through the floor to this and through the floor to that, and that snugs around the chassis rail, it just cannot go anywhere. If this fails, you're dead anyway, basically, put it that way. If this is what's going to hurt you, you're already in big trouble. I'm going to show you where this lives now. Actually, I'm going to show you where it lives in 5 seconds time, which might actually be a month from now, because the process is, for me, the way I do this to make sure I know where the holes are, I'm going to drill down through my floor now in its unfinished position. I've marked them up, I know exactly where they are, but the floor is totally unfinished. I'm going to drill down through, make sure everything is correct as it is, and then I'm going to put my floor straight over the top of it, covering those holes up. Totally cover those holes up, and then when the time comes, from the underside, I'm then going to punch a drill back up through that floor, not the metal, that's already been drilled, but through that vinyl floor, and that will tell me exactly where it needs to be, and there's no holes that don't line up and things like that. I know exactly where they are. Put the bed in, bolt it down, put that sucker in, and we're good to go. I'm gonna cut to that bit right now.
1 eternity later.
Now then, to install these, I'm calling them chassis braces. These braces that are going to go on the underside of the van that wrap around my chassis. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the factory bottle jack, or the axle jack that comes with the van, that you should never ever lift your van up with, by the way, because they're awful. I'm going to use that on the underside to push that up into the chassis rail. So it's going to sit snug where it is. Then I'm going to drill down from above through my holes that I've originally done and now drilled from the underside to tell me where they are in the van, because I basically vinyled the whole floor knowing my holes are in there. I've popped underneath, I've drilled me 4 holes up through. They're now saying here we are, here we are. I'm now going to drill back down through the other way. It's going to mark the top of the brace. Then I'm going to take it out of place and drill them in my own leisure, not under the van or anything stupid like that. I'm going to drill them using WD-40 and some nice drill bits. Now I'm going to use M12 bolts to bolt this rib bed down. It's the biggest that will go through the hole, so that's what you should be doing. I am going to use a larger drill bit, 13, maybe even 14 mil. Now the reason for that is I need that little bit of tolerance, because when I push this up underneath, it's not perfectly level across there because obviously metal moves, but it will become level. I can squeeze that, but when you're marking it, if it's slightly dipping down and you've marked it and drilled it, by the time you pull it up, it might actually cause a bit of an alignment issue. So I'm going to drill a slightly larger hole, back it off with some bigger washers, so you know it's not going to be able to go anywhere, but you just need that tiny little bit of tolerance. Don't be drilling a 12.5 mil hole for a 12 mil bolt, because you're just going to end up in trouble. Let's get under there and get it done. So here is one of my chassis braces put in place. It's not actually bolted through yet. It's being held in just basically on how tight it is. So I've got a fixing point that will be here in this corner. The brace wraps around this chassis rail and it goes over, and my fixing just about misses my handbrake cable and the lever setup. So that's going to be ideal. Now, what I didn't know, because I didn't have my tank at the time, is that my tank is going to be exactly where, of course it is, exactly where my second brace is going to be. I'm hoping that it wraps around this chassis rail so snug that it doesn't hinder or affect the position of my water tank. I'm hoping I can get away with having everything that I want, and that's my lovely new chassis brace across there and under there, and then I'm going to pull this water tank back up using my jack, and hopefully it's all good. Now I thought fitting this bed down, since I thought I'd actually done all the hard work before, was going to be a 5-10 minute job, well maybe an hour. It's taken quite a while. Biggest piece of advice, probably drill through the van body holes even bigger. I'd probably drill 16 mil holes through the van, something like that, because I'm using such massive framework beyond it. It just gives you that tolerance, because it's really hard with 4 fixed bolt points that are so close to each other. And do you know what, some of the bolts themselves, there's M12s cut through the bottom of the rib bed. Some of the bolts didn't fit. I don't know if it's the powder coating that was holding it off or what, but then I changed the bolt, and with a smack and a bit of convincing, a bit of persuading, it did go down through. So I'm going to take you underneath now. I have had a lad here working with me today, helping me out, because you can't be on the top side and the underside holding the bolt while you do it up. It's a bit of a two-man job. I get my dear old mum to help me every now and then, but I wanted a bit more than 5 minutes, and I've been moving the bed about, and it is a heavy old lump. I think they're about 100 kilos. So I have had a lad here with me, but I'll take you under now and show you. Let me know what you think. So look at this. Is that professional or what? Absolutely awesome. So these are M12 bolts backed off with these massive 4 mil washers. They're proper structural bits of kit. I've spent 65 quid on 4 bolts in total, because I needed washers and I needed nylon nuts, and you can only buy packs of 100 from Screwfix, so damn you Screwfix. So one there and one there. So this one in here almost fouls the handbrake lever, but it doesn't. I've tested that, that's absolutely fine. I may even jump up there and whiz off all of that excess bolt, just to make sure that it doesn't foul it. If that handbrake lever angle changes, I don't want it to be that I can't take the handbrake off. So I'll whiz that off. Everything else has got quite a good level of clearance. So yeah, my theory is for this bed to fail and rip out the van, it's got to take that chassis rail with it. So I'm going to lift the tank up now and just pray that that wrapping round there doesn't cause a hindrance. So I spoke too soon, guys. While this doesn't physically foul the water tank itself, what it did do is cover up the hole where you use these hooks. So basically these water tanks are hung by a hook, like a candy cane, kind of goes in there, hangs down, and then when you tighten up this nut, it clamps those two together, therefore holding this in place. This plate covered up the hole that I was using. So what I've actually done is I've put a M10 riv nut into one of the existing chassis rail holes. So I haven't drilled anything. They're like these holes that are periodically along the chassis rail. I've made use of one of them by putting an M10 riv nut in it, some threaded bar. At the moment I'm using some Unistrut because that's all I had, because the stuff supplied by Barrett's isn't designed to be that long. So I'm actually going to beg them to send me some that's a little bit longer, and that will get replaced out because it's just a little bit cumbersome. I mean, it does the exact same job, don't get me wrong, that's all that is lower grade kind of Unistrut. So yeah, there it is. I'll take you top side and show you the bed in its finished position. Ta-da! Now, I've had travelling seats. I've had two different styles in my black Mercedes Sprinter. I had the Vito rear seats, which were absolutely awesome to travel in. But when you were parked up, we tried watching a movie once, it just felt weird being sat in something that was so strict. It was a travelling seat. You know, you couldn't lounge or anything like that. It basically forced you to sit like you were travelling. It wasn't very relaxing whatsoever. And the seat I've got in the black van now, which is basically a box section with some cushions on the top, I can't find myself relaxing in that either, and I think it's got something to do with the height. To have the Truma boiler in there, it's a bit too high. The idea of that, it was a travelling seat to actually attach my son's actual baby seat to, so it's irrelevant. It wasn't supposed to be a comfortable seat, but this is closer to a couch than I've ever seen a travelling seat be. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's adjustable headrests. ISOFIX on both seats, fully seat belted, fully M1 tested and all that, and I've bolted this into the van. That doesn't even concern me one little bit. I'm going to show you the operation. It slides forwards, it also slides to the side. So at the moment I'm tucked right up against the wall because I've been working in here and I want the space, but just on a little thing here, I'm now basically in the middle of the van, which travelling makes it a lot more comfortable. But also, if you were sat watching a movie, you are further into the centre of the van. It's absolutely lovely, and I want one in my own van. I'm going to show you the operation. It's going to be a lot of back to the camera and angles and builder's bums and stuff like that. I'm going to apologise in advance for that. So here is the rib bed in the middle of the van. There's just a little lever down there which allows you to slide it left and right. Great little adjustment that is. And you can also, once I find it, adjust it to the front. So to make up the bed, all we would do is, it's a 3-part procedure. I'm going to move you back to over here. There are 3 cushions. So your first cushion, you pull a lever out there, and that allows us to move that cushion. This cushion folds down via a lever there, and then this one on the back, there's a secret little lever. So in the bed position, I worked it out. What I did is I slid it forward on the rails as much as it would go, then made the bed so it finishes touching this pillar. Some people make use of that seat, so they turn that seat round and have that as extended foot space and things like that. I'm happy with this, and then when it's at its maximum, it will just fit inside that bulkhead there. I've got a sheet of material to go on there. It will just fit nice and snug. So between there and there is bang on 1800. I think it's lovely. I genuinely, I mean, they are strong money. I give £2.5 for this. Quite expensive, but it does give you 2 extra travelling seats that are ISOFIX, loads of storage, and a pretty decent second bed. It's a great option. It's just another one of those options. You'll compromise. Yes, you know, they're ISOFIX and you've got great storage and it makes a bed. They're a little bit bulky. That's van life. Building vans where you might win on 5 things, but you've compromised on 2 other things. It is a bit bulky. It is a bit heavy. But there it is. That is a rib bed from Scopema. This is 860 wide. When you order them, if you have one made, you can choose the height. There's a few widths to choose from. There's a Neptune, which is just 2 cushions, where you could make use of the seat to put your feet on, that kind of thing. Yeah. Thanks again for joining me. Please do consider subscribing. This video actually started months and months and months ago. Hit the like button. Message me if you need to know anything, and I will see you next Tuesday.